After yesterday's brutal trading day, EHANG stock made a very strong recovery today. Wolfpack Research issued a critical short report on EHANG yesterday, criticizing their products, accusing EHANG of fraud, and prompting a securities law violation investigation. But EHANG did not sit back and let this fire burn them down. They released several press articles, a tweet, and a video putting their case out publicly and defending themselves against the Wolfpack attack. In today's video, we'll be reviewing what EHANG's response was in comparison to what Wolfpack reported, and how the stock market has reacted to this. So let's get started. Hello everyone, this is Chris with MC Stocks. Remember to subscribe and hit the like button for more videos like this one. And as always, please remember to do your own due diligence when investing and seek a financial advisor for professional advice. So in case you're out of the loop or new to EHANG stock, Wolfpack Research released a 33-page short report on Chinese drone autonomous air vehicle company EHANG yesterday, causing the rapidly rising stock to crash down 62% in a matter of hours. To get a picture of the events that occurred yesterday, definitely check out our EHANG crash video and come back here to compare with EHANG's latest response. After the short report, EHANG first published this news release yesterday evening. It was a fairly short statement that read that EHANG strongly believes that the Wolfpack report contains numerous errors, unsubstantiated statements, and misinterpretation of information. They then go on to provide some reassurance by stating that they will consider any necessary and appropriate course of action to protect the interests of the company and all of its shareholders. EHANG is committed to maintaining the highest standards of corporate governance, as well as transparent and timely disclosure in compliance with the applicable rules and regulations of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission and the Nasdaq stock market. So here in their first news release, they're making it clear that they are aware of the situation and plead no guilt to the accusations thrown by Wolfpack. Their reaffirming remarks tells us that they are taking the necessary actions to protect themselves and shareholders on both their aviation business side and on the stock securities legal side. However, this does not exactly tell us much just yet. This reassurance could explain the bump back up in the stock price that we saw in the after hours yesterday. But it is also arguable that this could just be a so-called dead cat bounce, or a short-lived recovery after a quick downtrend. So let's move on to their stronger, longer comebacks from today. Let's start off with their tweet. They clearly want to get the message out quickly and rapidly, so unlike the previous news release we just went over, they're broadcasting this message out on social media for all to see and read. They start off plain and simple, why the short seller is wrong. They then link to an article that contains a Q&A with the EHANG founder, where he explains the company's mission and his remarks on the short report. So let's dive into this article. We start off with the founder, Mr. Hu, delivering the mission statement for EHANG, but they waste no time and get straight into defending themselves against the short report. Mr. Hu first explains the reasoning to why EHANG decided to jump straight into delivering autonomous capabilities without creating a piloted version first, stating that they believe that efficient urban air transportation should not require every customer to acquire a pilot license, and that they are not setting out to make lighter versions of helicopters. This is a direct contrast to the last argument Wolfpack makes in their short report, where they say none of the competitors dare to go straight to autonomous flight. Then Mr. Hu goes on to contradict Wolfpack's claims of not possibly spending enough money on research and development. Looking at Wolfpack's report, they said that real innovation costs billions of dollars, but PR is priceless. Further down, they then make the comparison to why Uber Elevate decided to go with a collaborative approach to UAM, because the investment required to build out the entire infrastructure alone would have been far too big even for Uber. They then quote a source explaining, quote, "To get a network in place with certified vehicles is a $5 to $10 billion cost." So what was EHANG's response? Mr. Hu commends his team's experience in the field and states that command and control centers and other AAV infrastructure do not have to entail huge amounts of monetary investments by themselves. On the contrary, they're part of EHANG's technological solutions and are a revenue generator for EHANG. Later on, the interviewer asks Mr. Hu to explain how EHANG has been able to accomplish so much with much smaller investments compared to their peers. The founder again commends his team's dedication and commitment and claims that they're making every penny count. He even goes further, stating that only snobs will overestimate the power of money, but underestimate the power of will of self-devoting engineers. Lastly, the interview opens up for remaining comments on the short report. If you check out the Wolfpack short report, you'll notice that one of the longest arguments made is that Chinese company Kunshan is a customer and shareholder of EHANG and signed, quote, sham contracts to benefit its investment. This argument alone takes up almost half of Wolfpack's short report summary. However, Mr. Hu shortly states that Kunshan has never been a shareholder of EHANG prior to their IPO, and to the best of their knowledge, after our IPO either. The last point we would like to highlight is EHANG's comments toward their production facilities. They state that Wolfpack falsely accused EHANG sites of being practically empty during their quote-unquote visits. EHANG explains that their manufacturing space spans 8,750 square meters and are building a new factory in a different city. They go on further to state that their security cameras did in fact pick up Wolfpack's so-called visitor dressed as a delivery person trespassing, and that the photos taken were intentionally misleading. In fact, EHANG actually posted their security footage on their YouTube channel for all of us to see. They actually show a man wandering around their facility for about 40 minutes looking a bit lost. So let's take a look. So what do we make of all this news? Well, based on the stock reaction today, it looks like we saw this massive dip as the perfect buying opportunity as shares spiked back up over 60% today on the one-day chart. And checking out the one-week chart, we can see that the stock is now down only 14% from its highs. EHANG is definitely recovering quickly from yesterday's blow. If you're looking to buy shares of EHANG and need a brokerage, be sure to use our referral links for M1 Finance in the description below. M1 Finance is doing a great offer currently where you can get a free $30 using our referral link. So use the link below, earn an easy $30 and don't miss out. The short report made clear that some investors are very worried about EHANG failing and being fraudulent like some other previous Chinese companies that had set negative precedent. But the response from EHANG today seemed to reassure many back into the stock. We will have to wait and see what EHANG's response to these allegations will be and the results of Block and Leviton's securities law violation investigation. This will be our true confirmation of EHANG's business legitimacy and whether or not Wolfpack's short thesis stands ground. Stay tuned on our channel for any developments regarding these EHANG reports. Thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when we release our next video. Please like and share for more videos similar to this one, and comment below with any questions that you may have so that we can address them in future videos. Thanks.